Hey, what's going on, guys? Bot Mentality here, and today we're going to talk about what is going on in this market. So jumping over here to the ES, essentially what we had, let me just zoom out a little bit. I talked about this a little bit last week, an equilibrium pattern setting up. It looked really doom and gloom during the pre-market. It looked like we were about to snap this bottom of the channel here at the 40.70. We held and confirmed back towards the top of the channel. What do you know? Just look at this, just zigzag between the demand and supply. The VIX did see a gap up here during the early session during pre-market, killed to fresh lows here into the close as the bears just abandoned all hope of 3,800 SPY in the next week, right? Or 380 SPY in the next week. So just zooming out here, VIX new lows. This gets a lot more bullish the closer we get to that $20 mark, and of course if we get under it. But right now in the recent time, right, over the past month and a half, VIX is at nearest lows on this trend, and the ES is set up to potentially go for that 4,200 break, assuming you don't give the whole move back overnight. So what does this mean in the macro, right? Over 4,200, we can confirm straight up here to this 4,280, 4,300, really just say 4,300 for that level. The only decent demand, I would say, is going to be that bottom of channel. You can reference the mid channel, 4120, 4130 if you'd like, but chances are, if we pull back to there tonight, we'll probably see further. However, if we hold here, heading overnight into tomorrow's session, I could see that a lot of the bears, a lot of the people that were getting long into volatility here are getting short on this pop up here into, say, 4150, 4140. They're getting kind of scared, and then they're squeezing this thing up over 4180, and we can see that 4200 test. If you take a look at how beta reacted today, this is what's interesting. Let me go zoom in here on the 15-minute. That'll work. We had a strong day on Apple, confirmed right back up. NVIDIA, decent soak, closed green just about barely. Look at AMD, closed red. Tesla, almost closed red, just barely green, right? Amazon, very red, right? Microsoft had a nice day to the upside. So you can see a lot of the beta names, check Apple here as well, strong upside. So Apple, Microsoft, NVIDIA, nice upside days. The rest didn't quite participate. Jump over here to NQ, and we'll zoom out, and you'll see that same sort of equilibrium, but a lot weaker because we broke the recent lows on NQ before confirming back up here to mid-channel, whereas the ES held the prior lows there before confirming back up towards the top end of the range. So tech is definitely a little bit weaker than the ES, but right now, guys, it's just volatility amongst this giant equilibrium pattern on the ES, where we're set to break potentially that 4,200, assuming we hold demand. But no means would I try and long under this 40.70, because under that, guys, we're going to probably see 4K confirm, and we might even retest this 3,800 lows, 3,900 area. We'll see. But I think the biggest indication that there's not much to fear, guys, is the VIX at just these recent lows. The fact that the VIX has been so beat up, and even on a move down towards the bottom of this channel, VIX couldn't even get above 2650, 27. It's just a joke, and we confirmed so hard to the downside today on VIX. I'm just not seeing a clear bearish edge unless you're just trading the volatility or you're looking for like hourly overextended on the RSI. You can clearly see here that there's been edge getting short up into that overbought RSI. But I mean, besides that, like, it's been a tricky market, guys. It's been a tricky market. Big picture though, VIX is still heading lower. We're slowly seeing the fear just slip away in the markets. So we'll see if beta can make a move back towards the top of the channel on the NQ into tomorrow. Don't really like the longs too much up here. We need to see significant confirmation, especially if we open up here maybe tomorrow, say around 4150, get a brief dip into 4130, soak it, and then ramp towards 4200. That would be pretty huge, and it would just trap a whole new fresh round of shorts. And I could see that easily happening, especially if the VIX hangs around here below 25. I can see that happening. So that's pretty much it until we break out of this little chop here, guys. I mean, on the daily, we got the bounce. We got the trend break, right? We got this downtrend here. We finally broke it. Now we're consolidating above that downtrend line, guys. We can break higher and head to 4,300, which is another massive supply, which a lot of people be looking to short the market. Or we can fall back down and maybe see if we set another higher low above that 3807. We just really don't know. But amongst the chop, it's been a pretty difficult environment to get some trades in. We'll see what happens tomorrow, guys, with that EQ. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Remember to develop that bot mentality, which is a trading mentality, where you learn to eliminate your emotions so you can trade like a machine, guys. I'm out of here. Deuces.